Hello everyone. Welcome you to your own channel Vips Astro. I am Vipul Dixit. Today I am going to talk about the most positive transit of the year 2025, which is Jupiter's transit in Cancer. So, the ending of the year is happening on a much positive note. Jupiter, Dev Guru Brahaspati, he is the Jeev Karak. He has been associated to all the living beings and, of course, the welfare of individuals, the welfare of human beings, animals, and everyone. Jupiter plays a very important role. If Jupiter is under affliction, if it suffers, if there is a malefic influence, we do see large scale events happening around the world. But for a brief period now, we are entering into the phase of optimism because Jupiter signifies optimism and its Atichar Gochar or unusually fast paced motion that has been happening since the start of this year, which will go on for the next 6 to 7 years, wherein it will be moving at an unusually faster pace. It usually takes about 12 months for making a gochar or transition from one sign to the other sign. Now, it is doing that much faster. However, overall, it is going to spend that kind of time. But instead of 8 to 9 months moving from one sign to the other sign and then going retrograde, it is doing that in 5 months. So its pace is quite unusual. Now it will start regulating its pace. And this is something which I have been mentioning. On 18th of October, Dev Guru Brahaspati will enter Karak Rashi or Cancer, which is its exaltation sign, thus Uch Rashi, and it is going to bestow us with its presence till 5th of December 2025. It's a relatively a shorter transit, including the retrograde motion as well. So, some important dates for you to note. 18th of October, Jupiter enters Cancer. On 11th of November, it starts its retrograde motion, which is it will go Vakri. So, the important dates for you are between 7th of November till 15th of November, because this is when Jupiter's space will be extremely slow. It will prepare to go stationary before its retrograde motion. It is going to be extremely powerful. So, any events related to any new beginnings, related to all matters associated to Jupiter, which is knowledge, learning, wisdom, financial matters, investments matters related to your family, because Jupiter is the significator of the natural second house, matters related to children or your future. He is also significator of the fifth house, matters related to your dharma, fortune, long distance journey, travel, higher education, because he also becomes a significator of the ninth house and matters related to income, your material gains, friends, conflict with others, your social media, and of course, your ability to influence others, because he is also the significator of the 11th house. So, all of that you will have the power to manifest. He is the natural karak for wealth. The real wealth of Jupiter is seen from knowledge and wisdom. And of course, we do talk about financial growth, financial wealth as well. So between 7th of November till 15th of November, it's an extremely important time for manifestation. And then on the 5th of December, Jupiter will re enter the sign of Gemini while in its retrograde motion. And thereafter, we will only see Jupiter entering Cancer next year in the month of June. So, it is an opportunity window. Of course, it will be in great strength between October 18th till November 11th. Then, when it goes retrograde, when an exalted planet goes retrograde, it starts acting as a debilitated Jupiter. That is one period where we have to be slightly careful as well. But since its pace is going to be regulated, it is going to bring in a renewed optimism in this world. It's a short phase that we are entering, or we are having Jupiter entering its exaltation sign. Now, during this transit, Jupiter is free from any malefic influence. While it is in Gemini, it has a mutual aspect with Rahu. Jupiter aspects Rahu by the ninth special aspect. Rahu is aspecting Jupiter by its fifth aspect, which is not great aspect because it tends to make us go for shortcuts. It amplifies all the not so good things, which is pessimism. It is increasing pessimism in this world, and Rahu is trying to amplify it. So, your Jupiter will be free from any malefic influence. It is going to be alone in the sign of Cancer. No malefic aspect, no malefic conjunction. It will be aspecting Saturn, a retrograde Saturn by the ninth special aspect, which is great news because Jupiter and Saturn will share a triangle relationship with each other. All right, which is good for financial matters more. So, any delays that we are seeing with regards to Saturn related things, or let's say more about karmic repercussions, our wisdom is going to work very well because, see, towards the end of the day, Jupiter and Saturn rule the natural ninth house, 10th house, 11th house, and the 12th house of the zodiac belt. Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, which are the highest dharma, Arakarma, and the moksha houses. So they rule these four purhatas, the ayas, which are the pillar of life. And Jupiter has an extremely beneficial ninth aspect on Saturn, which is the aspect of applying your knowledge. So, anything that you have been learning for the some time, or you will also have a good application, a very diligent application with regards to the knowledge aspects. Jupiter will also be aspecting the sign of Scorpio by its fifth special aspect. So, this is where all the knowledge comes from this part. Now, this house, wherever it falls in your chart, you're going to be spending time in learning matters related to this house. And you are going to apply in the sign of Pisces. So, for example, if Pisces falls in your 10th house, you're going to apply it at your work. If it falls in your ascendant, you are going to apply in terms of building personal confidence, in terms of your own self esteem. If in the second house, you are going to apply for gaining wealth. This is how we need to understand the aspects of Jupiter. It will also be aspecting the sign of Capricorn. Now, some astrologers might say it's a debilitated aspect. Aspects can never be debilitated or exalted. It's an aspect. Seventh aspect of Jupiter is only 25%. All right. It is not the most significant aspect because Jupiter has low desires. It has the highest knowledge. It has average protection, right? It has good growth, which is the third and the 10th aspect that is stronger than the seventh aspect, right? And imagine that it also has an average desire. So it does not have so much of the desire, but it is always full of knowledge. So, with the fifth aspect and the ninth aspect, it is absolutely 100% very strong. So, of course, if you have planets in these houses, the sign of Cancer, Scorpio, Capricorn, Pisces, and if you are going through the dasha and the antardasha of Jupiter, Moon, Mars, Saturn, and any of the planets placed in these signs, you're going to have an impact of this transit. Most of us are going to have a very positive impact between October through December, and it is going to stretch till February. Jupiter's which is an upcoming transit, a short transit in the sign of Cancer, which will be more like a trailer for us of new possibilities of what can happen between mid 2026 to mid 2027. I hope and believe Jupiter's transit in its exaltation sign of Cancer brings a renewed sense of optimism in this world and in our lives, helps us focus a lot on mindfulness and also increasing our spiritualness. Stay tuned for much more videos on my channel. Thank you very much. God bless you all.